How many out there of you enjoy the feeling of cool air blowing through your hair, the feeling of water droplets splashing against your face while you're out there absolutely shredding it, almost soaring into the sky? No, I'm not here to talk to you about snowboarding like you might think. No, something much better. I'm here to talk to you about the exciting world of water sports. Dark pants, sorry. Now, what are water sports, you might be wondering? Well, they date back, not millions of years, thousands of years, we'll say, back to ancient Polynesian tribes in Hawaii, who actually invented surfing on something very similar to a surfboard, not as precise and well cut as the modern day surfboard, but it got the job done. And they didn't do this so much for fun in the beginning. No, they did it in order to make their lives easier. You see, they very heavily relied on the ocean. They had large boats that would sail out in the ocean, and rather than having someone swim all the way back, they realized that they could use the ocean to their advantage. They could harness the power of the ocean and use it to make their lives much easier. See, they would hop on their surfboards. Well, not, I guess they'd swim first, but we're past that now. They're hopping on the surfboards and they're out there shredding it. And by the time they get back into the beach, they've doubled their time. They're there as fast as the water can take them. And that made a difference for the Polynesians. Now, water sports, it's a very exciting thing. And it didn't really get to the exciting phases until the 90s. Now, you may be thinking water sports, I'm here to just talk about surfing. No, I'm here to talk about stuff you can do in the landlocked states such as Colorado, where I live right now. Water sports blew up in the 90s when the wakeboarders strapped to the back of a boat were able to do things like 360 flips, all this crazy stuff, because apparently basketball in the 90s was that boring that people turned to watching water sports. Trust me, I understand. I thought Michael Jordan knew what he was doing. Apparently not. Wakeboarding really took off in his era. But anyways, so they're out there surfing and everyone's loving it. Everyone's thinking, what? How are they doing this? They're defying gravity. It's like that skateboarding thing that, the neighbor's kid used to do. Oh, I hate that kid. No one likes the surfer kid. But the wakeboarding kid, now he's cool. He's a fly son of a gun, so I'm going to go buy a boat. And I'm going to learn how to do that. So you get out on the water, and people started coming up with crazy new ideas, something called water skiing. Basically, people that just couldn't get over skiing thought, you know what? I've got another way to do this. I'm going to take these skis out on the water and see what kind of crazy stuff I can do. They figured if a wakeboard can do it, I can do it on my skis, and they were absolutely right. You absolutely can. They could do some crazy things on water skis. It wasn't so much of a crazy trick sport that's super fun to watch as something that a craft that you have to master, almost like a blacksmith in the medieval times. He mastered his craft. He became very good at it, and he was proud of it. People who like to water ski, you can take it competitively. There's not a lot of money there, but if you're into that kind of thing, I guess go for it. Whatever your heart desires. But they like to master their craft, and it's a tough one to master, let me tell you. But as water sports continued to evolve and the boats that they were doing them on continued to evolve, people realized that there was more to the water sports world than there may seem. Something called kneeboarding came into the play in the early 2000s. Someone basically got a flat thing, sat on their knees. I'm not going to do it because you'd only see my head. It's a little weird. But and they just were towed by the back of the boat, and they were doing, crazy flips, all this crazy stuff on their knees. Everyone's looking at these guys saying, what? Ridiculous. And then this is ridiculous. All right, this is when I'm not going to say it. This is when the more southern people of the Sunburnt Neck region got a hold of boats, and they decided, you know what? We don't have any skis. We don't have anything to put our knees on. Hell, we don't have anything to stand on. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to go on our bare feet and see if we can stand up. And they could. These crazy sons of guns strapped themselves to the back of a boat, holding on for dear life, just on their bare feet, and they were skimming the water like nobody's business. Now, this is not something I'm here to teach you about. No, I'm here to teach you about something I'm more familiar with. Something that's going to wow you, amaze you, and make your life that much better. I'm here to talk to you about wake surfing. Now, when the Polynesians invented surfing, they did not in any way intend for it to not be a use to them. You know what I mean? Like, they used it as simply a use kind of thing. Americans today, we tend to use it as a very recreational thing. It's a blast. And thanks to boats, we're able to do it off the back of a boat. How is this possible, you might ask? Well, let me take a step back and paint you a picture. You have a boat right here in my hand. There would be a boat on the screen, but there's no screen. But you have a boat. And this boat, if it is at just the right speed, with enough weight in the back, it creates a beautiful wave, just big enough for you to surf off of. Now, this wave is only from the back of the boat and to the end of the wave, maybe 20 feet, if that. So relatively, you're pretty close to the boat. It's a little freaky at first, but you know you're gonna get used to it. Thanks to modern technology, these waves can carry you for miles. It's almost like effortless once you get the hang of it. It's just a beautiful thing. However, it does take a lot of time to get used to. I could tell you something about that. At this point, there'd be a video of me, falling on a wake surfing. It's a good video. You'd love to see it, but I guess it's okay that you don't. We're just gonna move past it. Just imagine that happened. You're all laughing. It's hilarious. And I'm back. Oh, but you may say, water surfing looks so hard. What am I supposed to do? If you can't do it, no one can. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I did get better. Over my years and years of falling and not being very good, I did get better. And this is the part where I'd include another video of me actually shredding it like surfers do. Bro. Yeah, but that's what it'd be there. And then I'm back. Wake surfing, is something very easily masterable. If you put in the time, dedication, mixed with the ability to actually, get off the back of a boat that can do it, you can absolutely achieve your wake surfing dreams. There's some people out there that can do some crazy things and make some crazy money off of this sport. I'm really not, looking to go competitive because I'm nowhere close to that yet. But maybe one day in my foreseeable future, I'll be able to be on ESPN, the Ocho, and, shred some waves. You guys can all be like, whoa, that guy talked to me on his phone in my public speaking class. It was so awesome. And, my hair will be in the wind, water droplets on my face, and of course, a smile that will last ages.